Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 12 core principles of vision. And today we'll be talking principle number 3, which is develop a concrete plan. And I like to call that develop a goal. Now, a vision without a plan is just a wish. A vision without a plan is just a wish because a plan converts your inspiration to infrastructure. You have dates, you have resources, you have a sequence by which things are going to be achieved, and most importantly, you have accountability. Because your ability to break down that vision into mini goals, micro goals, or whatever they are called, it sets you in motion to achieve it. It sets you in motion for that vision to actually be achieved, to be fulfilled. When Habakkuk 2 say write the vision, the next thing he says is what? Make it plain. Why? So that he that reads it can run with it. So write your vision, simplify it as much as you can, so that whoever carries it can use that milestone, can use that resource, can use that sequence to achieve or fulfill that vision. Fulfill that goal, which in turn is a bigger part of your vision. So you need to break your vision into phases, break your vision into milestones, break your vision into measurable actions. And that's why we came up with things like SMART goals. Your goals have to be specific, have to be measurable, have to be achievable, have to be, what's R now? Realistic. And T is time bound. You see, large visions overwhelm the mind. When somebody says, oh, I want to lose, maybe you are currently 100 kg. Oh, I want to lose, or I want to become maybe 70 kg or 60 kg in the next 1 month. Your heart go first skip. Your heart go first skip that in the next 1 month, 30 days. How do I want to lose 30 kg? How are they doing it? But when you say so my goal is to live first off, my vision is to live a healthy life. Why do I want to live a healthy life? You write it down. How do I get to what is my definition of healthy life? Because sometimes we pursue weight loss, we pursue losing weight, we pursue kg over actual healthy life. I have seen, and not to shade anybody, but I've seen people who claim their weight on the scale is the healthy one, and I've seen their response to, maybe stress and all of those things, and compared it to somebody who they look down on, and I just see that I don't know who is healthy now among both of you, but okay, let's leave the scale alone and be honest with ourselves what a healthy life really means. So what does a healthy life mean to me? What does it mean for me in 10 years' time? What does it mean in 5 years' time? And then how can I start today to begin to walk through? Sometimes we put ourselves under pressure that nobody sends you. And then you cause other problems for yourself, or you don't even now do it again. So large visions would usually overwhelm our mind. But when you put them into small sequence steps, it makes your progress trackable, and it also makes it realistic. It also makes it sustainable, right? So when you now say, okay, maybe instead of just going from 1 maybe you eat 3 times a day, you now want to cut it down to once a day. Have mercy on yourself. You can start with 2.5 times. 2.5 times meaning you eat your normal 2 meals, but the last meal maybe you now replace it with fruit instead of food. Another, maybe you've done that for like 1 month. Of course, you start seeing significant change in your bodies and all of that. The next month, you say, okay, maybe I take away that fruit, or I cut my second meal in half. So now I'll have 1 whole meal, and then 1 half meal, and then fruits. So you see how before gradually you're going, and then you decide, okay, I can pick one day a week for fasting. And then before you're tweaking it, you're going 2 days, you are reducing portions here and there, and then say, okay, I can try to take a walk. I'll start with 15 minutes every day, and then in 1 month you have done 15 minutes for 30 days, and then the next one you're like, okay, I can make it 20 minutes. But you see how Small, small. And then the most important thing in all of these things is accountability. Because you cannot trust yourself not to be a problem to yourself. Too many times, the thing we call village people is actually you are your own village people. You are the one standing in your way to success. You are doubting yourself. You are stopping yourself from showing up every day. Yeah, but you are looking for who to blame. Because why? You see this thing with personal responsibility. The average human is not personally responsible. They like to blame other people. Now, let's focus on developing a concrete plan. I have said that vision without a plan is just a wish. I've also said you should break down that vision into phases, into milestones, into measurable actions. Vision is not 2 months. Vision is something you do over a long time, right? And then you build mini goals to achieve it. And that's why you always refine it as you go along. And then lastly, your plan is a living document. For some of us who are into project management, you will know what when they say this document is a living document. Now, a living document is a document that you adjust, you revisit, you upgrade, you update, you put in some things, you remove some things. You know why? Rigidity kills execution just as much as having no plan at all. So, one person can say, I have plan, but and not they update the plan. The other one says, I don't have plan. Both of you are the same. Because with time, that your plan that you are not flexible, it's not a living document. You can get weary, you get tired of it. So, revisit and adjust your plan monthly so that you can reach that milestone. And so I want to ask you today, what's your next 90 days step? What are you going to do over the next 90 days? What are you going to do? What are the 3 major milestones between where you are and your vision? You have a vision already, congratulations. What are the 3 major milestones between where you are and the vision you need to get to? Right? The next question I will ask you is, what resources, what steps are you missing in building a concrete plan? Maybe you are missing the dates. Maybe you are missing the order in which they should come. Maybe you are missing accountability. A lot of times people forget the aspect of accountability. Accountability is very important. Very important. If you're going to go far in life, if you're going to fulfill your vision, if you're going to achieve those goals, accountability is very, very important. And so, as you write down what you want to do over the next 90 days, I want you to just write number 1 step. Your number 1 step, write it down and start pursuing it. And of course, find someone in your circle. And please don't tell me you don't have anybody. Find someone in your circle that can hold you accountable. And if you don't have anybody, go and pay somebody. Yes, that can hold you accountable to that goal. I literally had this person that I saw her, I saw the way she was, and I was like, okay, you know what, I wanted to be my accountability partner. And men and brethren, here, like this, she holds my neck. Every time she calls me, have you done this? Have you done that? Have you? At some point, Nami, not the call her again, because it's me that gave you goal. Why do you want to make my life miss? Why do you want to make my life miserable? I had to tell her, okay, as you see, I made certain adjustments around my life, and I realized that this goal is not a pressing goal I want to focus on. Why? So I had to give her reasons that, okay, so this reason, I'm working at this, I'm putting this on hold. And she was like, okay. So now even the new ones, she's after my life. But that's what accountability is. Healthy accountability, right? And that's it on principle number 3, developing a concrete plan. I'll see you in principle number 4. Bye for now.